that OD...
Don't do it. Don't do it, Slacks.
Now, Sunsfan said that OD's thing only works on spells. Is that accurate, Panda?
Well, I would tell you, but there's one thing I think is important in these matches, which is to give suspense, right?
Okay.
So we could clear it up for the viewers right now.
Okay.
But we're going to allow the viewers to make up their own minds and let them poll in the chat. They can, vote for the, participate in this stream as well.
Thank you.
And vote what they think in the chat.
I sent you up the creek, and you managed to find a paddle. Well done for you.
Thank you.
I believe it works on any blue spell. You have the ability to play improvements. I could be wrong, but I believe that it can work on anything. I have experimented with Outworld myself.
You have?
I have, and I think that he is very interesting, especially with somebody like RobAJG in the early game, if you're doing low-cost spells. But let's see how it works out. Ladies and gentlemen, it's Swim versus the White Dragon Luminous here on WePlay Mighty Triad Agility. Here we go. Go ahead. You can start, Panda.
Oh, do I have to start?
Here we go.
Smash the Defenses is in hand. for White Dragon, which means that a Sanctum, which is a great, very fantastic, impactful spell for Mono Blue, could be countered.
Yes.
At any cost there for Swim as well. Can counter those early plays like a Stonehall Elite from, wow, it can counter a lot more than that right away.
Yeah.
That was the, why was that played?
Why wasn't it played? An easy kill. He's not looking to get too many creeps this early game.
Well, what do you mean an easy kill? He literally killed himself.
An easy kill to move that hero out of that lane. It was a garbage lane. Swim knows what he wants to do. With only 1 HP, that Legion Commander is guaranteed to die no matter what happens in this lane.
Well, that's not exactly the case. The Healing Salve has been bought by White Dragon, Luminous Inverse, and the Zeus Zap would kill it, but Initiative was kept by Lumi. Healing Salve is also there, which means that one of the weirdest starting plays I've ever seen is going to go, I guess, a bit punished.
I don't think so. I think that was the perfect play by Swim. He has Cunning Plan available. It was a bait out. Look at Luminous Universe. Now, I've talked to you about this. I've beaten Lumi a few times in Artifact, and the only way that I've done it is by doing the stupidest shit humanly possible. It tilts him. He's a man who demands excellence out of himself and out of others. And right now, Lumi has no idea what is happening.
Well, the at any cost could have countered the Stonehall Elite, but instead, the Stonehall Elite will be growing. The first meal of the day, the McDonald's, does come through.
Yes.
And he grows to an impressive 6'2" stature.
My goodness gracious, that is a significant amount. As we will see, maybe the Astral Imprisonment here to keep the OD alive. Again, this has been the claimed reason for having it in the deck, and no, he's just going to let him die. Yeah,
once the portal was played with 0 mana, it wouldn't be a possibility. He isn't that strong just yet, and the Agility Vandal does come down to trade with the melee creep as well. Look at the deck list. Lost in Time was added for this phase of the tournament.
Gotta admit, I do like Lost in Time. It is a 6-mana card that basically, in many ways, locks out cards for the rest of the game if you're planning on ending on round 10. So, could be playing a monumental part of this game here. But so far, a confusing, however, potentially ingenious start by Swim.
No Sanctum in hand to counter with that smash there. We see it right here on every lane, so no one is going to be safe for Swim. No lane is safe. No matter where you place that, there will be a counter if the Sanctum is found. Dimensional Portal in hand as well to just continue stalling, continue blocking damage, and hopefully get to that fantastic 10 mana to strike down with a bolt.
Now let's talk about the meta stuff here. My mother always told me, son, your head is as clean as your room. If your room is clean and organized, your brain is clean and organized. Lumi's bid, unmade, there is a plethora, I believe that's a trash bag on the bottom right. Swim's room, pristine, clean, terrifyingly clean almost, like Dexter. That's creepy. So he knows what he's doing.
It could mean Lumi spent his time playtesting and not cleaning up his room.
Oh my god. That Ogre went in the wrong spot. That ain't good for Mr. Ogre.
5 mana available for Lumi, the White Dragon. Astral Imprisonment will read what it does. Stun a unit this round. Give that unit damage immunity this round.
Wow, that is
fantastic text. Great card art as well.
That is very nice card art, if I have to say so myself. Look at those pectorals. Holy, those triceps. Holy woly. Anywho, so let's talk about this move right here. Of course, you're all dying this round. You could imprison yourself, get you ready for that annihilation. This is the time to think about doing that astral imprisonment on one of these blue heroes, but we're going to actually compel. Now, compel has been taken out of a lot of decks. What's your thoughts on that card? Poo-poo or good?
It's a good effect to help your very weak blue heroes attempt to survive the flop early on. And here we see the Tyler State Sensor answering back to Sumi's, to Swim.
To Zumi. Zumi's with Lumi? Oh my god.
To Swim's Compel, and he has a chance to bring that up, down that clock, the Annihilation clock, by 1 turn, which means that next turn, it cannot be played in that very strong lane for Lumi. And that's just a great counter there.
That's right. We could be seeing that Astral coming out right here. Next round is going to be round 6 for that Annihilation potentially, or we could see a Dimensional Portal kind of try to dog some of this damage. 10 damage on 36 already is pretty okay. Any suggestions here, Mr. Panda? Besides eating bamboo, of course.
Like you said, the Astral improvement here will save the Luna to be stunning the Phantom Assassin.
Indeed.
But the Jasper Daggers come through. Total counter.
Suddenly.
And this may be why Outworld Devourer is not currently in the meta. You have the meta call, the Jasper Daggers, in every single deck pretty much.
Now that is such an interesting decision because you can literally Astral yourself and get the same thing out of that. He wasn't doing any damage to the PA, could have Astraled himself, did not risk the chance of it being taken off, but maybe forcing the enemy to play a Jasper Daggers now would be okay, but there's not that many other things that threaten them in a blue deck like this. So, Swim, I'm not about to say that he's making some goofball decisions, but...
Well, the stun does eliminate any black plays from Lumi that turn as well, so that could have been the option. Could have seen another Gloaty Vandal, for example, or a Hipfire, or, you know, a few black cards that are in the deck for Lumi.
Okay, okay.
Gank as well.
Could have ganked. All right, Gank would have killed her anyway. Well, no, not if she was in prison, but whatever.
Initiative in favor of Swim, but the Annihilation is not currently online due to the Tyler State Sensor. We have the Zap from the Tinker. We have the Coup as well.
Now, you might notice here, these guys are taking a little bit longer than you've seen anything else today. Keep expecting that. These are the 2 rope champions themselves. This is going to be a while on this one from personal experience as they slowly wait it out and see what their options are, which we haven't seen a lot of today, but that has bitten some people.
And the Hourglass here to locks a few cards, and Mona Blue relies so much on the cycling, on the card draw, on the cantrips.
Indeed.
And the Hourglass will be stalling it out for 1 more turn. That Sanctum would have been fantastic, but instead it will be locked for 1 turn.
And again, I mean, this deck is just so good against that mono blue. You've got Arcane Sensor bringing down the mana. You've got Lock. Oh, doubles!
The negative ramp coming in from Lumi, unramping Swim.
Oh my god, and he's even hit with a laser.
The Tinker will disarm the Zeus and allow that trade to go in favor of Tinker. Tinker will survive. A blue hero will be coming into that lane next turn. Annihilation still not a possibility due to the double Tyler Estate Sensor play. Now, Annihilation can come down here.
I think it should.
It's a 1-for-2 trade.
You could Eclipse. How many charges do we have?
Only 3.
An incredible 3.
Well,
wait, hold on.
Slacks, let me control.
Thank you. I'm sorry. I won't take the wheel again, Papa.
There's 3 charges on Eclipse. Could still do damage. We only see, well, instead Annihilation is a safe play, I think. You have to start thinking about surviving if you're Swim. The pressure's on. This is a red-black aggro deck with some control options.
The White Dragon
But
himself.
every single lane under pressure, even this Kana.
Interesting. Didn't want a Berserker's Call there. I mean, having a
Initiative is in favor of Swim, though, of Lumi, so you want to try and keep that for next turn. You even have the Fight Through the Pain in the deck.
You don't even have to worry about Eclipse. Those 2 Arcane Sensors are making sure that nothing is going to happen. He has no way to clear that first lane, buddy. So...
Well, Annihilation is one of them.
No, but he's got 4 mana.
That's true.
So, Berserker's Call here actually could be used without really having to worry about anything. We will see the Arcane Assault.
Comes in, and Fight Through the Pain will come in to answer. Initiative Wars won by Lumi, even playing a red-black list, which isn't normally a list that controls initiative.
Oh my god.
He has the single 2 Fights Through the Pain in the deck and finds one of them. And finds this, does not find the second Hourglass. He sees it in the shop, but only 4 gold there for Lumi.
Oh, Panda, keep talking about it.
Second lane, a stall.
Yeah.
2 creeps having a showdown there. Not very exciting, but the first
Is it not exciting? It is exciting if we name the creeps. Now, let's keep an eye on these creeps. Do you have a name for this creep, my friend?
Richard.
Richard! That's very nice. I'm going to name this one Panda's Girlfriend. So we'll see if Panda's Girlfriend makes it through this match.
It's a bit personal, Slacks.
Well, it's all fantasy. I'm sure you don't have a girlfriend, Panda.
I do not.
I'm sorry, Panda. Oh, Jesus, I spilled Coca-Cola everywhere. Let's go. Oh, there's a lot of electronics here. There are a lot of electronics here. Not
we
a
are
big deal.
still in the game, Slacks. Thank you. Luna does come down onto lane 1, like you mentioned.
Oh, your
still.
cell phone is soaked in Coca-Cola, my friend. I am so sorry.
It's waterproof.
As we continue the match here, Hootie Cootie Coup de Grace ready to be played out here. Any moment now onto the Luna. That will cost you a TP scroll. Not the word. Wow, that phone is just soaked in Coca-Cola. I've never seen such a wet phone. I'm so sorry. Woo!
The Q does come down, guarantees lethal on this first lane. 23 damage coming through, and the blink from Legion, who isn't currently hitting the tower, can go accompany Richard and apparently my girlfriend in lane 2.
Oh, no. Now, Panda's Girlfriend is in for quite a treat here. So we are seeing someone moving over onto that position. Panda's Girlfriend about to be dealt the worst blow she has experienced this week. We will see how this one pans out for Panda's Girlfriend.
If Annihilation comes down onto this lane, there is no answer in lane 2. All these units are in the fountain currently for Swim. The Sanctum comes down, but Smash is not available due to the 0 mana for Lumi.
That is a good Coca-Cola. I decided I had to drink it to prevent more spills. Thank you so much, Panda, for keeping this very important, some would say the most important cast of the day rolling as I drink the Coca-Cola. It is a Foresight, ladies and gentlemen, a Foresight into lock.
That is the Hourglass coming into haunt Swim here.
No! Panda's Girlfriend is eliminated. Richard's still alive.
The Berserker's Call now comes down to push damage here, and now 14 damage onto lane 3. Ancient exposed in lane 1. Finally, Annihilation comes online. A bit late.
Yeah.
The negative ramp there from a Tyler stage really punishing Swim. And now he has multiple options here.
Oh, fantastic. They have brought me towels to fix the cola problem. Could you put on this headset while I clean up the cola and do a little bit of casting, please? Please, someone has to co-cast. Please put on the headset.
I can solo cast Slacks, don't worry.
Go for it,
We're going to be seeing initiative in favor of Swim, which means that he'll have the chance to play spells in this first lane. Now at 6 mana, finally the Eclipse does come online here, as well as the Annihilation.
Fucking soda everywhere. Keep casting.
But the tower has already gone down, so there isn't really an option for Swim to do much here. He can't take control of lane 1, try and take it himself, but still 38 HP, a very healthy tower.
And we're back. Well, you know, I would tell you that I feel bad about missing the casting of this tournament, or not this tournament, but this game. But honestly, what has there been to cast? White Dragon has bent Swim over and just been annihilating him the entire time. We've got a tower already down, buddy. 6 mana finally available here, but does he want to actually use anything? The tower is gone, the Ancient is exposed, and the problems have begun. Annihilation does end up coming out.
Now we have no option for initiative from Swim. All Lumi has to do currently is hold initiative.
Yes.
And find a Berserker's Call in this second lane, in the third lane to take the game. The problem is Kana, 12 HP, even with a -2 armor, can survive.
Pow! I mean, doesn't he already have Time of Triumph? The game is literally over. Am I crazy?
Not quite.
Panda?
The blockers can come in.
Oh my god.
Dive comes in. The Hourglass has been killed on the Tinker.
Richard's going to make it today. The only thing Swim could do potentially is kill Richard before the game is over. We will see a Prey on the Week here.
Now we have to see. There isn't even a blink actually in hand for Swim, so this game is over. Lumi has taken down lane 1. Lumi is going to take down lane 3. The Thunder God's Wraths would have to respond, but still 2 healthy red heroes here. Cunning Clan can come in, but again, the Sanctum has been destroyed by the Smash. There's no blink in hand for Swim.
Goodness gracious.
The damage comes through in lane 3. Time of Triumph to rub it in from Lumi.
That's a dick move.
And the tower damage comes through, 34 damage, taking down the second tower.
Wow. Much like your cell phone, that one fizzled out in an explosive death after being soaked in pain. I am so sorry for that interruption, but game 1 is even anything to talk about. White Dragon completely annihilated and Swim with very questionable decisions.
And Swim, the only remaining player to bring Mono Blue to top 16. This may be a bad call. I mean, no one else has brought it for a reason, I think. It's shown to not have the best win rate in the group stages, and first game is a loss. He can bring it again. He did lose with the deck, so he has the option to bring either his second deck, or bring the same one. Lumi forced to switch to his Storm deck, I believe.
Now, the big question here, will we see Outworld again? Swim does not have to play the same deck. He could switch it, or he could go all in on that Massacre. What is your prediction,
I have to click Slack. Stop moving me.
What is your prediction, Panda?
We're jumping into the game first. We're going to see
that you can't,
Mono Blue, and so I predict he will bring Outworld Devour.
Holy woly. Mr. Swim brings it back after the spanking with that Outworld yet again. He is not ready to move on to that second deck.
Now, we saw this matchup already played in the first WePlay tournament, actually. Mello was the only player to start playing Mono Blue in the meta before anyone else, and he didn't make it past the groups. So he lost to I believe, to a few Storm decks because it was one of the most popular decks in that tournament.
Oh, whoa. Look at that mirror matchup. I've never seen such a mirror before. Michael Jackson was right. The man in the mirror is very scary.
Double Ogre first lane, double Ignite coming down, guaranteeing value in that lane.
And Stars Line is available for
we have
later.
Pretty much the entire combo already in hand.
Yikes.
Incarnation,
Yikes.
Stars Align,
Yikes.
Agony and Sanctum. From turn 6, we can already start ramping up into that Incarnation. The Foresight is there to card draw, to get that infinite combo going with the cycling, and then the impactful plays like Thunder God's Wrath that is in the deck. He is running the Zeus instead of the Luna, which we saw, I believe it was Stormlight running earlier in the day.
This is a concerning situation, as we have seen so far.
Emissaries there. Roseleaf can help ramp up even more, but there is not currently a green hero here. We need the big thing with the Storm deck is the mix and match of blue and green.
We do have that in the middle lane, though, my friend.
We do for now.
This is getting very, very stressful.
But
Luminous
Swim
has everything he needs. Swim has to do something.
Swim has a very clear idea of what Storm wants to do, and will do his best to stop the solitaire play from White Dragon. And Foresight, multicast is one way to do it.
That is great. Double Astral Imprisonments there.
Now, there is no Demagicking Maul in the deck for Swim, so no counter to Sanctum.
This is rough. This is hard so far. What do you do here? I mean, there's not a lot of answers you have except for try to get some more cards, potentially. You could imprison the... Oh, it's just... What do you do? There's going to be a Roseleaf Druid. Sir, Storm is ready. The clouds are building. I'm afraid.
With the Roseleaf Druid, you can Stars Align, and once you refresh, you'll be at 9 mana next turn. And the combo can already go off on turn 3.
No.
The fastest possible way to combo with this deck. That being said, Swim at 5 mana at any cost will be the only answer to that play.
That is true.
Eclipse can also get a few lucky charges onto Drow or the Roseleaf Druid.
Well, he does have Astral Imprisonment, so he could imprison the Drow Ranger.
That is also true. Initiative will have to be in his favor. If the Stars line comes down first, you'll have to Astral Imprisonment the Kana, but if Zeus goes into that lane as well, then there will still be a blue hero available. So initiative currently in the favor of Swim.
He has to keep his head down on this one. I'm not even sure that he can cast anything but Arcane Assault in that first lane, which isn't the worst thing in the world. He does have Ogres with the hope of multicasting. But if he doesn't imprison that Drow Ranger, we're going to have some serious issues. 2 creeps even going in the mid to supplement that quorum.
Now, if Lumi goes to the lane 3, he has Roseleaf Druid on both lanes 2 and 3, but he does not have the Sanctum on lane 3. That is the big problem. He needs the Sanctum for this combo to work this turn.
That is the question. Will Swim know what's
with initiative, Gust is also in hand for Lumi.
Oh, no.
Which means that even with the Astral Imprisonment, there's not going to be an answer. You can Gust, Stars Align, and then refresh. And you're still going to be up to 9 mana, so this is all about initiative wars now for Swim.
Hold your breath, Artifact gamers. Will he be able to play that Arcane Assault? Will he have the knowledge to have initiative?
He has the Sanctum. He can first affect the board. He can play an Eclipse and clear this out, refresh, and then play Arcane Assault to guarantee initiative.
I won't say he can play Eclipse, because he only has 5 mana, my friend, but he can Compel. He can Astral Imprison. He can get that initiative, but is it worth it?
Now, if Lumi does not make any plays, Swim can be scared of the Arcane Assault to answer back from Lumi. He does have 2 in the deck, so it is not currently in hand, but Swim does not know this.
Yes.
And it could affect his gameplay here.
I think he does not have an option. He must get that initiative. He must prevent that ramp. Although we know the ramp is coming, he might not. And he will actually...
The imprisonment comes out instead, so now Swim will be punished. Gust will come down. Both blue heroes are together. Gust comes down. Silences both heroes. Is not an item or a Jasper Daggers in hand for Swim. Stars align. Sanctum refresh. An Incarnation of Salamandra comes down. The earliest possible turn.
Oh!
He uses that mana effectively first, finds a second Incarnation.
Oh!
The refresh comes out, and now infinite combo available for Lumi. But he's missing the card draw. He does not have an Ogre in this
It doesn't
lane
matter.
either.
He Thunder God's Wrath. It kills everyone as well. This is atrocious.
And this is Lumi showing the power of this deck. We saw it lose. Moogie Baby was running the same deck. Did not find the answers, but here we see.
Make a fitting sacrifice to the dire.
1 damage off the literal perfect
But
hand.
Incarnation will come down, and the damage is secured. Swim laughs maniacally, but he knows that this game is pretty much over.
Does he know that? For this man has gone through adversity. This might seem like the end to many a player, but to a man of Swim's caliber, an evil genius himself, a man like that never surrenders as the game continues.
Town Portal Scroll from Lumi. Annihilation is up next turn. Luna will be coming down next turn onto that second lane to try and answer back.
Luminous has just been winning games at such speed in this tournament. 2 more creeps head into the mid. The RNG for Lumi, the White Dragon, is incredible. The perfect hand for Storm, all the creeps going to Kana's lane, which is so unpredictable.
Now initiative in favor of Swim, and the Arcane Assault also in hand means that there's a very high chance that Swim can get off Annihilation in lane 2.
Yes. But will it matter, my friend?
Well, Lumi will have to start thinking about taking a different tower now. This will not be an ancient race. Annihilation can't come down. Cheating Death is no longer a thing. Cannot save that lane for Lumi.
With that mana expelled, he does have a few options here, of course. With that refresh, we could be seeing potentially that Eclipse, but it doesn't have that much charge. He's actually just going to keep the initiative, and he's going to hold on for that Annihilation. Now, a lot of eggs were put into this basket. The Ancient is gone, granted, but now all those big cards are dead. So we have just turned this into a regular game. Storm has been dealt with, and now it's time to move on. Can Swim get his bearings back in this game, my friend?
Both Incarnations have been played, like you said, so that is no longer an option. There are still 2 Emissaries in the deck. We're going back into the normal mana ranges. And now Lumi has to take only 1 tower, but Swim has done a good job of resetting the second lane. He found the Annihilation, he found the initiative as well. He had the Sanctum to refresh just in case with Arcane Assault in hand. And now we're back, like you said, to normal.
Yeah, that's right. We have a couple options here. Of course, Diabolical Revelation might not be the worst play in the world. Go for that card draw, but that lock is doing work. That's gotta hurt. Dimensional Portal getting an even bigger army. We might later see a nice play from Prey on the Weak. And doing some decent damage here, but he's running out of time.
The Arcane Assault is used, cannot be multicasted, and all these cards will be unlocked next turn.
That's nice.
Initiative in favor of Swim, though. Eclipse is now available in lane 1. It does have up to, I believe, 4 charges.
Yeah, that's right.
And it can kill Zeus
now
if it's lucky.
Let's take a look here. If both the Damocles, we only have 1. So this is a time, I mean, Swim has been very adamant about not having multiple bolts in his deck, but this is the kind of game where having multiple ones could be your only way out. However, we do have Ogre Magi. So there is a chance we could see multiple bolts this game.
Now, talking about setup.
Yes.
Swim has 2 Sanctums. He has 2 Ignites already down as well. And he has a very, very wide lane with Kana.
Yes. So that makes a big deal. The possibility for double Thunder God's Wrath against these very low HP heroes, supplemented by those Ignites to get their health just in the right spot, could be coming out here, as we see.
That being said,
Yeah.
Ignite and Conflagration can completely destroy the Kana lane altogether.
Oh yeah, that would be rough. So we will see that most likely. Conflagration ready to be used by White Dragon, knocking out a lot of those creeps that Kana is so desperately trying to build an army. And there we go. After you play a blue card, there's a 50% chance. A blue card Annihilation.
A 2-for-1 trade here for Swim, and his game is to stall out. That's what he wants to do. He wants to wait so that 10 mana.
But that's
that
only
bolt.
one bolt, though. He's got to be doing some damage here. He's got to
he stopped plays like Conflagration and Ignite from going into the third lane, and his Kana's already doing work there, so...
But for how long?
Conflagration comes down.
I don't know about that one. That was a chance to maybe get a double Thunder God's Wrath off and kill the entire lane. That would have been 3 heroes dead. If you want to stall, that's a pretty good way to stall, buddy.
Prey on the Weak is not in hand for Swim. Would be really a tower-winning play in that third lane.
He does have some more card draw if he wishes, though. Arcane Assault is available, so he could try for that desperation move. And you will see a Stonehold Cloak.
Now the Sanctum can come in from Lumi to play the Ignite, and that would almost kill every single creep as soon as they come in, so that would be a big deal. Would not get an upkeep kill on Kana or on most of these healthy creeps, but would really just stop this damage coming in.
He knows that's got to be coming, though. The Eclipse is available to play, so he is going to go ahead and knock out that Ogre with the new Machine Gun Eclipse. Arcane Warrior. And the situation gets a little bit better as we're still looking for those big cards for Swim to come back.
And the importance of his chip damage onto these lanes 1 and 2. Trying to get that under 20, under the bolt range.
Ugh. If only we had a doggy here. But no doggies have been found. You do have the chance to do an Arcane Assault to try to draw it, but Initiative is so important coming up here.
With the Sanctum, you can play Conflagration into that first lane like we see there. Refresh, and then still play Arcane Assault for Initiative next turn.
Just sucks. If the doggies come here, that will break a heart, as we will see the Refresh most likely in the Arcane Assault to follow up. Taking time out here.
Swim down to 2 minutes still. Very healthy clock there. Lumi, 4.25.
I mean, Lumi hasn't had to think about a lot.
Almost 420.
He's gotten... Oh, what a tank reference. Thank you, Panda. Almost 420. All right, Town Portal Scroll. After he gets mana? Question mark.
Well, it could have confused Lumi for a second at least.
While I'm confused, why would you... Whatever.
People can change their minds, Slacks. It is an option.
Not in this level of play, buddy. Here we are. 14 damage she will receive. 3 by entering that lane. That's pretty rough for old Kana.
Well, it could be worse. 16 damage on the other Kana, only receiving 1.
Oh! Now, this is exactly where Kana wants to go. I mean, get a little bit of damage here, maybe get some creeps over there, and then do a nice doggy double play, I would assume, to take a tower.
The doggy double play?
That's right. You know the doggy double. 2 Prey on the Weak. Every time I say something, you just look over at someone like you're trying to get them to help you. You cannot leave. You're mine for this fragile moment in time. Here we go.
Kana, though, at 4 attack.
Oh!
So
look out, Kana!
Double the attack of the other Kana, much more aggressive. But, ooh, 5 attack actually with Drow.
Oh! This is
Hourglass comes in.
Obliterating Orb coming out. A 10 gold purchase. That is going to hurt against that refresh in lane 1. That's where you want that refresh to be for Swim. Oh, no. Oh, no. Oh, no. Ignite. Heading in that middle lane.
Not many plays left for Lumi. He's kind of run out of fuel at this point.
Yes. The car has stopped. The Obliterating Orb will be a painful hit after a very large amount of mana is spent in this lane. Swim, of course, does pay a lot of attention to people's gold. He does know what's in his deck. But we will see an attempted, potentially double Thunder God's Wrath be thwarted here with Obliterating Orb.
And there it is, the Orb zaps. The Stormtrooper zap there onto the Sanctum.
Very accurate for Stormtroopers. And we will see more pain come Swim's way as he desperately tries to get anything. 37, 31 health on both these towers and barely scratching the last one this round.
And Prey on the Weak not found, but so much cycle and so much, mana refresh and utility available for Swim. With the second Sanctum, or the third Sanctum rather, in hand. Able to kill the Drow here to play Solitaire mode. The zaps with all these spells will be able to kill. Actually, he has no Sanctum here, so.
Yep. Won't be able to do much here, but he really wishes he was able to do that first in that first lane, so he could do more in this lane, but With the destruction of that arcane Agnum Sanctum. He can't do much. Blink Dagger going out on Luna. He doesn't even have time to play another Sanctum. I guess he has to move her somewhere to get her ready.
Now you can find a second charge on, or another charge on the Eclipse by blinking the Luna to the third lane.
Yeah.
Because it will work before
well, there's no
each
heroes
action
there.
phase.
Action phase. Thought I had to hit something.
No.
Wow. You don't even have to hit anything?
I don't think so.
Oh my god.
We'll check now for science. 5 charges on Eclipse.
That's broken, dude.
If Luna moves to lane 3,
that's another charge.
well, we'll find out. Let's not misinform people.
Okay, here comes science. You know, I always say it's okay to lose a game as long as you learn something. Every single game, try to learn something, even if you lose. And today, Chad, you're going to learn something truly incredible. Will Luna get another charge even though there's nothing to hit?
Action phase.
I did see it. Oh, my God.
And the Eclipse charges are
That's
up
going to be 6. That's going to be 6. You don't have to hit anything. So, Agnum Sanctum can be refreshed, and then another Sanctum can be played. A double in lane 3?
Well, he's looking to cycle through most of these cards. Cunning Plan and Arcane Assault in hand. Lost in Time also here. Perfect combo with Cunning Plan. 2 + 6 is 8.
A little late for Lost in Time, I have to say.
Double Stonehawk Cloak comes down to save against Thunder God's Wrath, for example. And Swim is just really just setting up this mid game, making sure to have complete control for the late game.
Now that's a lot of luck. Got the Blink Dagger for 3 rounds. That's actually pretty significant, I have to say. Annihilation, 3 as well. 1 on that Annihilation, so is available to be played.
We talked about Lumi having very little gas left in his hand, but now someone has stolen his car, apparently.
That's right. The gas, he left it on the side of the road, and Lumi's going to come back to his car, and the freaking tires are going to be missing. This is rough stuff. Now, very sad to say, though, Ogre Magi did not multicast a single one of those spells, which would have been really detrimental. Imagine.
Now, Lumi will draw 2 cards at the start of this round, but they will be locked due to the Hourglass. So Lumi left with only 2 options, or 3 options for this round.
Yep.
Prey on the Weak, Under Secrets, and Gust, and he has to take only 1 more tower, but still 35 HP on lane number 3, and 36 HP on lane number 1.
Very intelligent idea to bring that Kana the first lane so that she can get those creeps there. With all that damage that's
Kana
coming in.
will have the upkeep kill due to Conflagration and Ignite.
Hiya! Oh, look at all that luck. This is going to be a big old Prey on the Weak. However, at any cost, ready to go.
Golden Ticket, purchased by Swim.
Yeah, boy. This is it, Swimmy boy. Here we go. Richard Garfield's last hurrah. Can Richard save Swim before it's too late? Find out here at Artifact Mighty Triad.
Swim has 14 cards left in the deck.
Agility. Thank you. Swim, 14 cards.
And he has to find 1 bolt. Eclipse comes down with 6 charges, able to kill the Zeus, but not the Treant still.
Oh, Gust at the ready here.
Treant, only 2 options. Under Secrets comes down for card draw, but unfortunately for him, it will be locked for now.
I like that. Managed to knock it out before any doggies could be drawn. Even if he's gusted now, he doesn't have too much left to play. 5 mana left for Swim. Show me the golden ticket. Richard, what do we have for dinner? Oh no. Oh, no.
That's pretty bland. Lost the gold on the purchase.
Oh, Papa.
Went from 9 gold down to 8, but some armor could be helpful.
Oh, Papa, no. Okay. We're running out of time. Now, we are running out of cards, too. So that that Bolt of Damocles has got to be coming anytime soon. And let's not forget, this tower gets to 20 HP. Any one of these towers gets to 20 HP in lane 1 or lane 2. Swim has an insta-close, whereas Lumi does not. So he just has to keep these towers alive. And they're pretty healthy. I got to tell you, 36 and 35, buddy.
Diabolic Revelation can come down for card draw.
That is true. But do you want to risk it? You could cut somebody deep. Not that deep. Somebody died.
Compel has been drawn for even more card draw and the Prey on the Weak, which could be enough to push damage onto one of these towers.
Did you just see that? Outworld Devourer gave a little bit more mana. So we could do another Compel and get another card draw, and it could hurt Treant Protector more emotionally than physically, but it would still hurt him. All right. Decisions. You could Astral Imprizzle. That wouldn't do much.
Imprizzle?
You can Astral Imprizzle.
Not sure that's how you say this word.
That is the Imprizzle right there.
Compel comes down, puts the damage onto Kana instead. We see the lock card there from Under Secrets on Lumi's side. Zeus doing his own thing in lane 1.
He is about to go freaking bananas on this tower. Oh!
My resolve.
And looking all right here, although initiative going to be
Annihilation
going.
does come down. Arcane Assault not there for Swim to take control of initiative. And Lumi does stall out this lane a tiny bit. 6 damage
That's more than a tiny bit, baby.
to be done. Golden ticket could be answered from Lumi, but instead goes for the safe second hourglass.
We do have a Blink Dagger coming out for Swim. Drow Ranger going to probably be put in that third lane because he's expecting somebody to blink from the first lane. And if they do, they're going to be instantly met with a gust. As, surprisingly, those lock cards are going to be in play next round.
Now with a single bolt that has been drawn, it is in Swim's hand. He has the option to take down one of these towers. Lane 1 or lane 2. But the third tower that has to be taken down naturally at 6 health right now is the one that Lumi wants to defend.
Yes. So, he knows he's probably going to get hit with a gust if he blinks into lane 3. So he's not going to be able to cast anything, but he will put a body in there.
Prey on the Weak does look fantastic here for Swim, but there's the Prey on the Weak to answer back, double Prey on the Weak to answer back from Lumi,
Well,
and that could be a lot of damage, actually.
He don't got no blue heroes, so he's got a little bit of time, buddy.
That's true.
This
but
would
next
be
turn.
This would be the time to do a double Prey on the Weak. This would be some massive damage. Potentially could take the tower in the mid with this double Prey on the Weak. Let's see the damage.
Yeah, there's going to be enough, I think.
He's out of there with that. Could that have been a mistake? The double Prey on the Weak from our boy Swim. That's enough damage. Oh.
Too little, too late. Lane 1 goes down. Lane
God.
2 has 5 damage on the tower plus the bolt, but we're going to see a blink onto the Outworld Devourer to win the game for Swim.
My boy Swim coming down from absolute destruction in that early game, but that is the problem with Storm. If you can survive the storm, if you can weather the storm, you can rebuild a new America. E.g. USA, USA, hell yeah.
And the first bolt comes down, but just enough damage here with the damage from Zeus and Outworld Devourer to take this win, tie the series 1-1. Swim is now done with Mono Blue. He will move on to his next deck, but Lumi is stuck on this Storm deck and has to find the win with it. We saw Moogie Baby go out completely, did not find the Storm, still lost. Lumi found the Storm, but the reset from Annihilation, the lack of initiative from Lumi, and lack of Gust as well was not able to stop that and was taken down.
Cool, calm, collected head came back from that horrible looking loss and managed to find a way by just buying time. Now, he cannot play the Outworld Devourer deck again. That is his secret weapon. He knows that he's up against Storm. Lumi got the perfect draws, still not able to close out that game. However, the second deck, I would say not that strong against Storm. This was the deck to deal with the Storm deck, I would say.
We'll find out. I mean, Lumi, if he gets... Again, he had the turn 3 Incarnation. Double Incarnation. He pushed one tower, but then the reset, like you said, from Swim, was able to just take all those resources and just throw them out the window.
Yep.
Steal his car as well. Able to...
Take his tires.
Yeah.
Win
that round. Lumi has been searching for a match. Swim again. Maybe went for a drink of water. Going to stay hydrated in this last match.
Very good idea.
Of today, actually.
Indeed. Man. So, the question on that one was Lumi too greedy? Because he definitely could have taken that tower without having to put 2 Celemanes and a Quorum in it. He only needed to wait one more round, although the Annihilation did come out, so maybe it was the right play to take that bad boy out. But sometimes we have seen that getting those incredibly early ramps are sometimes too early. Gives your opponent a lot of time, a lot of chances to get around it.
Yeah, there was a lack of control. There weren't any Sanctums on Lumi's side. He didn't have control of initiative. Didn't draw Arcane Assaults, for example. And that made it so that Luna was able to go into lane 2.
Yep.
Swim had Arcane Assault in hand as well as a Sanctum if he needed to use it. He had initiative currently, so he could just hold it. Lumi didn't have the answer. Even if he did have the answer, Swim could respond with his own Arcane Assault, and it was basically a checkmate from Swim, able to reset that second lane, and then everything else was just Lumi just not having enough fire in his soul.
Wow, in his soul? Goodness gracious. And I would like to remind you guys what is on the line. Again, one of these two will be going home. Their pride will be hurt, and their bodies will be destroyed from the impressive stress that they have seen. And here we are. The potential final game, assuming that there's not a tie.
Well, Swim has won this. He has Double Stars Line in hand and the Time of Triumph. And this could be one of the easiest calls of my career.
Okay, well, this is going to be real funny when he loses. As we just said, having these early game super ramps can sometimes be dealt with. I mean, what's up?
Gust.
Gust?
In hand for White Dragon.
That is correct. Luminous the White Dragon does have a way to potentially stop this, but we will be seeing a turn 2 Time of Triumph.
Now, depending where this Drow goes, if Lumi plays around the possible double stars line Time of Triumph, he has to play the Drow in the second lane to make sure Gust is available on any lane that could have a red and green hero pairing.
Well, doesn't Drow Ranger come out now, so she could just put Drow in the first lane too.
But then you have the tree in there already, so it could still answer with a Gust.
Wow, that's smart.
This is a game of chess from both of these players.
This is true.
Lumi reads what could he possibly have. And, you know, the most impactful play is the one you have to play around.
Uh-huh.
And the double stars line Time of Triumph turn 2 would be that from Swim. So Lumi could just make sense to play Drow there anyway, but it helps in countering this anyway.
This could hurt. Now, if Lumi is smart, he will wait and see if we can get one of those stars aligned first, wait it out, get a second stars aligned, then Gust, and that would be a game ruiner.
Now, initiative is in favor of Lumi. If Lumi plays Foresight, he uses his mana first. He's very smart. He passes the high IQ stall pass, and he says, what do you got?
Now, we do have other options, though. That is the right call. Selemane's favor. Don't get too crazy. You've got time to do this.
That's it.
Great call by Swim. Must have predicted that that Gust could have stopped that ramp, and that would have felt horrible. In fact, he pays with his life for it.
And now, there's no green hero in this lane next turn. There's no one coming in from deployment, only the tree in lane 1. This could be a 3-hero Time of Triumph. Both of these players playing as if they could see each other's hands. Wow. That shows the level of play they're both at.
Yeah, that was extremely good. As we see Swim now ready to do whatever he wants. In fact, he doesn't even need the double stars line anymore. Now he gets to save a stars line. As we continue in the game. 2 creeps in the first lane. That's pretty good.
17 gold for Swim.
Ooh.
One of the biggest problems with this red-green list is the lack of mobility if you're not running Darks here.
Ooh.
We see Swim. He knew he was playing Lumi. He made a deck list to play around the Storm deck. He has the Gust as well from the Drow. He has a better way to play around Storm, which is why he brought Gust instead of Darks here, which he made popular in this tournament.
So we do see Blink Daggers as well. So we do have a lot of mobility coming out with that 17 gold. We will see what purchases are made here as Axe is sent into the third lane to fight that Zeus. And our boy Bristleback staying in there and getting some creep support. Now, it's of course going to be a Time of Triumph in lane 2, correct? I mean, it has to be. There's no other heroes there, and it's a free tower shot. So we'll be seeing that. Oh, that arrow is not great. In the middle lane.
The Sanctum and the Foresight, fantastic draws for Lumi. Has stars align, has the Sanctum, maybe missing an incarnation of Selemane. Could find it with the Foresight, though.
Wants to be able to knock out still as many heroes as possible. The more green heroes you can knock out, the less chance that you get Storm to be able to take off. However, no duels, no nothing for this Bristleback. So I think the Goo is the best chance you got. And unfortunately, we're going to see some partying here in the first lane next round.
Jasper Daggers in hand to counter Gusts from Lumi as well.
Very nice.
And this is the turn that Swim can really take over the board. Finds the curve onto his creep as well. Going to widen the board for himself, while leaving only the Treant alive.
Now this is so interesting because we saw Swim deal with a very far behind position last game, and he managed to crawl back. It's time to see if Lumi can do the same thing. I mean, Swim will be very far ahead with these lucky draws in the early game. However, they will be put down about just as early as Lumi's was last time.
Now, Conflagration teched in, I think, for Swim's Mono Blue. In this matchup, not going to find as much success with the armor on the Legionnaires, on the Axe, on the Legion Commander, on the Treant, on the Stonehall Elites.
Yes, I understand. Very good.
With the Keenfolk Plate.
Very intelligent pick there. Start the line into Time of Triumph, most likely, unless Swim has got a real special plan. I literally do not see any other idea here.
Well, unless his plan is disconnecting his opponent. There is no way to stop this from coming down.
I mean, Swim could not do it for some reason. We have seen it before.
I don't think there's a reason for that. Time of Triumph coming down this turn is massive.
He is taking a long time to think about it, but he's thinking ahead. He knows nothing could happen in this lane, so he's taking a moment to rope out a little bit, really think about where his life is headed. Does he actually want to do this Time of Triumph? Is it too much pressure? Will his mother be mad if he Time of Triumphs? Will his family disown him? Is there any way that life is crumbling around them? Where is Artifact going? Where's my life? Where's my career going? Do people like me? What am I wearing? Did I take a shower today? There's the stars align coming out as he goes through the existential crisis and decides to finally play the goddamn cards.
He finds the light, finds the way out of that hole we were speaking about, and the time of triumph will come down now.
It hits the quorum.
Or we may see a secondary relapse. But he hits the quorum instead. So that was the decision for Swim. Wanted to decide between time of triumph and the emissary. The emissary, of course, can be better countered by annihilation because time of triumph is a modify effect. Your heroes will die. Sure, fantastic. But when they come back, you still have those effects unless you're Mago and you play a Photic Shield like an absolute champion.
Like an absolute mad lad. So why would you play the Quorum? It's round 6 next time. The Quorum could get annihilated. You could lose that. Panda, you're the smart one. Why?
Your opponent might not have annihilation. That's the case.
My God.
We talked about these players playing as if they could see their opponent's hands. Maybe they can.
As if. Well.
You see the kill onto Zeus, and again, we talk about this turn being the turn where Swim can take over, and next turn where Lumi has these heroes coming back, where he has the 6-man available for plays like Annihilation, like at any cost.
Whew. A risky play, but one that may deal a win, because now we can use that massive time of triumph potentially in another lane without having to waste those heroes.
And Lumi has to find the incarnation now.
Does he?
He'd be able to go off. He's at 7 mana in lane 1. He has a Sanctum as well either way.
That's a lot of damage coming into that first lane.
Swim
That's
does
a lot
not
of
have
crits.
enough magic. He does not have Gust without a green hero in this first lane.
The golden ticket. What do we have? Swoop over, my friend. I didn't see it's too quick.
Incarnation's not found, but Emissary is there. This is a wide lane.
Wide lane to wide, boy. You can bet your bottom booty. We're going to be
Swim
seeing.
moves the Treant Protector so that Berserker's Call is not an option. One of these green heroes can die, but the other will survive.
Wow. So Lumi, I believe you meant, wanted to save that green hero.
Yes.
And we could see a Berserker's Call if Swim had it. He does not, but of course Lumi is playing like he could.
I will change
Sanctum
this.
comes down.
Oh boy, he knows some bad
Stars Align
mamma
comes
jamma.
down, and the refresh will allow Emissary to be played.
Stuff's about to get real serious in this lane.
Incarnation would be the better option. But considering the board state right now, and considering Lumi's options, I think he does have to commit to this Emissary instead.
Yep.
He sees, he tests the water, he sees there is no duel or Berserker's Call coming down from Swim, although the mana is still available.
We do have the golden ticket.
We do.
We could golden ticket into a Nick Tasha's guard, swoop those two away, winning the game. He does pass instead.
He's going to golden ticket into Helm of the Dominator and steal the Emissary back.
Holy Christ. That
But he has to do it now.
You have to play the ticket, Swim. Charlie in the Taco Factory. Willy Wonka's waiting. Show him the ticket.
He's keeping initiative instead.
Willy.
If he keeps initiative, he has the Gust in the second lane.
Willy.
Guarantee that tower.
Am I willing to pay?
The Arcane Assault, the Incarnation's found, but it's just too late. The Sanctum has already been refreshed. The mana has been spent. Arcane Assault cannot be played, so Swim will keep initiative for the second lane. Can play the Gust.
Drow Ranger whispers a goodbye before she's killed. That was dark.
She's not coming back.
Goodbye.
Now the Gust will come down here. We'll stop the Ogre from annihilating the lane with the Emissary like we talked about.
See you. And that is a big play. Now we know
Now
why.
the ticket comes down and the Helm
Oh,
is not found, but the Cloak of Endless Carnage, pretty good value. It's a +4.
That's not bad at all.
Net positive.
That's pretty good. So, huge play, keeping that Gust, which is why he couldn't use the ticket.
The second time of triumph is found with a stun onto the Ogre. The Blink Dagger would not be a play that's available.
Oh,
There's a free lane
oh,
in lane 3.
oh, keep talking, Panda.
Mist can be played with a time of triumph
Oh, you
with
know
the
it
stars
can.
align.
Oh, you know it can, Panda.
And it may start approaching to the end of the game from Swim.
Yes.
18 damage coming through in this lane.
All right. But we do have some massive abilities to do some crazy stuff in the next round. We do have a Salamani coming out in round
Now
1.
the arrow
Yes.
from the Emissary
Yes.
might be game deciding. With the Jasper Daggers equipped onto Legion, it would have been lethal in this lane. Like we said, Mist goes into the last lane. We get +4 buff there. We're up to 22. The time comes down, adds +4 attack to each hero, and we're up to 30. So we're still one off. But it could have been close to game deciding there. 7 HP on lane 2. 22 HP threatened right now. Stars align into Time of Triumph. Makes this a very, very dire situation for Lumi. No Annihilation in hand. And Zeus has to come down into one of these two lanes to try and stop something here.
30!
Well, it'll be lethal now. Just for daggers.
Well, he could not do it. Lethal damage. Now, this is still a game. Luminous does have Salamene and Initiative in round 1.
The card draw has to be Annihilation. It is not.
We do have Emissary, though.
Thunder God's Wrath is much too... The units are just too healthy for Swim.
And we don't have an Ogre Magi. That
no
would
Blink
be the
Dagger, no
difference.
gold. Zeus has to go to lane 2. Lumi has to hope. He can play Incarnation, sure. He doesn't have multicast.
Yep.
He can't kill the heroes in lane 2. The only option here would have to be Annihilation. He has to find card draw. He has to cycle with Foresight and Arcane Assault. He can play Incarnation because he does not have the mana right now unless he draws Stars Align.
There's some other things that could happen.
Very few.
There's Salamene into Arcane Assault in the mid lane, potentially to draw some
Stars
damage.
Align has been drawn. There's no response. There's no duel from Swim. He doesn't have enough magic in his deck. Thunder God's Wrath comes down. He knows he has the infinite mana, basically.
Power is absolute.
He can refresh now. Stars Align. He'll be at 9 mana. No response here from Swim, so full solitaire mode for Lumi. And can start trying to unlock his deck.
If Lumi just had Ogre Magi in this lane, it could be so much better.
Incarnation comes down. Foresight and Arcane Assault, the 2 cards to cycle. Does not find it. Well, Diabolic is a very good card to draw.
You got another one. We need that Annihilation. You got to keep Arcane Assault here.
You want to play Emissary first, get the double buff going, and keep your... Well, never mind. Just going to kill him. Well, nothing dies anyway, so it's still fine. Does not find it. He can still...
He got the dogs, though.
He has the Arcane Assault for cycle.
And he does have the dogs.
But this is not the Ancient lane. It slacks. It doesn't matter too much yet.
Right, he could expose the Ancient, though, and go for big damage if he can survive one more time.
Well, he might not. Well, double Conflagration.
It's going to do
doing damage.
We do have Arcane Assault, so he can play that last. He could see if he gets it, and if he gets that Annihilation, this could be a disaster for Swim. Unearthed Secrets going down as well. We do have Prey on the Weak to completely wash out this lane after the double Emissary comes down. This Arcane Assault must be an Annihilation.
If not, he does still have Prey on the Weak to try, but there's a second Time of Triumph there, so it can only be Annihilation.
He has to play it. It has to be it. Ew.
Zeus is not a green hero, so Gust cannot be played. Blink Dagger is not in hand currently for Lumi. Swim knows that he does not have initiative. He can play. And this is going to be a Gust as soon as the Prey on the Weak is played. Or actually Time of Triumph to guarantee lethal here. Eclipse could have done something as well, but this will be a Time of Triumph from Swim. The siege damage will kill the tower. 8 damage going through. 3 mana up only for Lumi. At any cost would also still not be an option.
Look at him taking his time. Taking his sweet time.
Swim, he lets out a chuckle. He knows the game is his. There's no option here for Lumi to answer back. No items in hand either, and it's going to be the end of the series, the end of the day. Swim makes the comeback and gets the tower here at the end.
Wow! From literally the deepest depths of loss, Swim climbing back to defeat a very strong opponent in Luminous. I'm out. I'm out. I'm mentally drained. I'm physically drained. Lumi is dead, and that was an incredible series.
And that's going to be me missing only one of those matchups today. Every single other matchup in the bracket I have correct. So, panel, do you guys have the same luck? I don't think so. Charmer.